My ever-loving students, this is Ezra, your accountancy teacher. May God bless us all with all His blessings. Now, let us go to the next one. See, under single entry system, we can calculate profit in two ways. One is statement of affairs method and another one is conversion method. The statement of affairs method, under this method, we prepare two statement of affairs and find out opening capital and closing capital, and then we calculate profit by preparing capital account. That is statement of affairs method. And it is also called a capital comparison method. Why do we call this method as capital comparison method? We take the opening capital and we take the closing capital and we make a comparison. If the closing capital is more than the opening capital, there is profit. If the closing capital is less than the opening capital, there is loss. In this way, we calculate profit under statement of affairs method. Statement of affairs method is also called capital comparison method. It is also called net worth method. And this will be asked in 1 mark question. Okay. Now, this is very, very important. This will come even in the colleges. Conversion method. What do you mean by conversion method? It is a method in which single entry system is converted into double entry system. And I hope you know the meaning of conversion. Conversion means changing. Let me again tell you the meaning of conversion method. It is a method in which single entry system is converted into a double entry system. Under this method, more information will be available. With the help of those information, we have to prepare trading account, profit and loss account, and then balance sheet, as we do it in the double entry system. That is why this conversion method is called conversion method. Okay, shall we go to learn a little further? Now, let me explain how we calculate profit under conversion method. Before that, let us recollect how we calculate profit in a double entry system and how we prepare that trading account, P&L account and balance sheet. And I have written a rough format. Actually, this is not the right format. Just I have written in a rough way. Trading account. To prepare trading account, what are the items we need? Opening stock, purchases, other expenses which are associated with trading, which are associated with the purchases or manufacturing. And when we come to the credit side, we need information about sales, closing stock, etc. See, opening stock, this will be given in the problem itself. And the closing stock will also be given in the problem itself. Now, we have to come to purchases. Sometimes we have to calculate purchases. How to calculate that purchases? Total purchases will be equal to, total purchases will be equal to cash purchases and credit purchases. And cash purchases can be had. We can get cash purchases when we go to cash book. If you go to the cash book, you can see cash purchases. And credit purchases, you have to prepare account, that is total creditors account. Remember, when you prepare total creditors account, you will get credit purchases. When cash purchases and credit purchases are summed up or added, we get total purchases. Here, you have to remember one thing, that is, if bills payable opening balance, bills payable closing balance, bills payable dishonored are given, you have to prepare two accounts. One is bills payable account and another one is total creditors account, and you have to find out the credit purchases. Okay. Now come to the debit side. Expenses which are associated with the manufacturing will come in the debit side of the trading account. For example, Akrai, carriage inwards, and carriage on purchases, even gas, power, these things will come in the trading account debit side. How do we know this? Sometimes they will give. In most cases, they will give. Suppose if cash book is given, you have to see whether these expenses are given in the cash book. These expenses will be given in the cash book or in the information. Additional information they will give expenses. Now, closing stock will be given in the sum itself. So, you need not prepare any account. Let us come to sales. Here, you know, total sales is equal to cash sales plus credit sales. Cash sales can be had from cash book. If you go to the cash book, you can see cash sales. Whereas, you have to find out credit sales. How can we find out credit sales? You have to prepare one account called total debtors account. Debtors account. When you prepare total debtors account, you can get credit sales. Here also, you have to think one thing. You have to remember one thing. What is that? If bills receivable opening balance, bills receivable closing balance, and other items like bills pay, receivable dishonored are given, you have to prepare two accounts. One is bills receivable account, and from this bills receivable account, you have to take that bills not bills received, and that amount should be taken to total debtors account. In this way, you have to find out total sales. Now, and when you balance these two, if this side is exceeding, there will be gross profit. When this side is exceeding, there will be gross loss. This gross profit will be taken to the credit side of the profit and loss account. When there is gross loss, means that will be taken to the debit side of the P&L account to gross loss. Now, what do you do for these expenses? Expenses can be got from the cash book. If you look at the cash book, you can see the expenses, and then if this side is exceeding, if profit and loss account, credit side is exceeding, you have to assume, you have to come to a conclusion that there is net profit. And on the same time, if this side is exceeding, you have to assume that there is a net loss. Remember, net profit and or net loss will be transferred to capital account, and we have to prepare balance sheet. And you know, assets and liabilities. Assets will be brought here, and at the same time, if any adjustments are given like depreciation should be shown both P&L account, and the depreciation should be subtracted from the concerned asset, and the remaining amount should be shown in the outer column. Likewise, you have to prepare balance sheet. For preparing capital account, we need capital. That is, opening capital is needed. What to do? You have to prepare one account. It cannot be called as account. Statement of affairs. Statement of affairs, and find out opening capital. There you have to use the opening balances alone. Opening balances, keeping the opening balances, you have to prepare one statement of affairs and then find out the opening capital, and then go for preparing that capital account. What is the capital account? Capital account is equal to, how will it come? Capital plus interest on capital plus net profit minus drawings minus interest on drawings minus income tax. This is the format of capital account. Actually, this will be shown in the liabilities side. I don't have space. That is why I have written here. And this is the way in which we calculate under conversion method. Again, let me repeat. See, under conversion method, more information will be available. With those information, we have to prepare trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. To prepare trading account, we need opening stock, closing stock. These will be given in the sum itself. And to find out purchases, you have to take the total purchases. How to find out total purchases? Total purchases is equal to cash purchases plus credit purchases. Cash purchases can be had from cash book, whereas credit purchases can be had from preparing total creditors account. Here you have to keep it one thing in mind. What is that? If bills payable, opening balance and closing balances are given, you have to prepare two accounts, that is bills payable account and total creditors account. From bills payable account, you have to take that amount for which bills were accepted to the total creditors account and then calculate that credit purchases. And expenses. Expenses which are associated with the production will come in the debit side of the trading account. Carriage inwards, wages, octroi, gas, power, these will come in the trading account debit side. Where can we get this information? When you go through the cash book, you will get those information. And sales. How to find out sales? You have to take the total sales. How can we find out total sales? Cash sales plus credit sales. Cash sales can be had from the cash book itself. Credit sales, you have to prepare one account called the total debtors account and find out the credit sales. Here also you have to remember one thing. What is that? If opening bills receivable and closing bills receivable are given, you have to prepare two accounts, that is bills receivable account and total debtors account. From the bills receivable account, you have to find out the amount for which bills receivables are received, and that amount should be taken to the total debtors account. Here, I must tell you one thing. The purchases return will be dealt both in the total creditors account and in the trading account. Total credit, in the total creditors account, you have to show the purchases returns. Again, the purchases returns will be subtracted from the purchases in the trading account, and then the remaining amount should be shown in the outer column. Likewise, sales. What do you mean by sales? Sales is equal to, total sales is equal to cash sales and credit sales. Cash sales can be had through when you go through the cash book. Credit sales can be calculated when you prepare total debtors account. Now, you prepare trading account. When this side is exceeding, you will get gross profit, or if this side is exceeding, you will get a gross loss. Gross profit will be taken to the debit side of the P&L account. Gross loss will be taken to the debit side of the P&L account. Gross profit will be taken to the credit side of the P&L account. Again, there will be expenses. Here also, you have to remember one thing. Discount received is an income for the business. Discount received will be shown in the total creditors account and in the P&L account also. Likewise, discount allowed will be shown in the total debtors account and the debit side of the P&L account also. When you do sums, you can remember that. And then you prepare, you find out the net profit. And this net profit will be taken to capital account. To prepare capital account, we need capital. Opening capital is needed. How to get that opening capital? First, you have to see whether opening capital is given in the sum or not. If it is given, means you take the amount. If it is not given, you have to prepare a statement of affairs with the opening balances and find out the opening capital. And this is the format of capital account. With capital, you have to add interest on capital, net profit. From this total, you have to subtract drawings, interest on drawings, income tax, and the remaining amount should be shown in the outer column of that capital account. So, this is the way we use to find out the profit under conversion method. If we do a problem, it will be easy to understand. Let us take the sum of 17 given in the page number 35. Let me read out the sum. From the following details of Rakesh, prepare trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2019 and a balance sheet as on that date. Particulars: opening balances are given and closing balances are given. Now come to the other details. Rent paid 1,20,000, discount received 35,000, discount allowed 25,000, cash paid to creditors 11 lakhs, cash received from debtors 12 lakh 50,000, drawings 1 lakh, cash sales 20,000, capital as on 1/4/2018 5 lakh 20,000. See, in this sum they have given the opening capital. So, you need not prepare a statement of affairs with the opening balances and find out the opening capital. And we have to find out sales, total sales. And then we have to find out total purchases. First, let us find out total sales. We have to prepare one account called total debtors account to find out credit sales. See, before going to prepare total debtors account, look at the sum and see whether any bills receivable, opening balance and closing balance are given. If it is not given, you can directly prepare total debtors account and find out the credit sales. See, I have written the format of total debtors account. Now, from the figures given here, you have to apply the amounts in the format. First, let us go to the sum. First one, opening stock, closing stock. Then, opening debtors 5,30,000. Opening debtors 5,30,000. And closing debtors 6,40,000. 6,40,000. And come to this. Other details: rent paid, that will be taken to P&L account. Discount received, that will be taken to total creditors account. Discount allowed, this will come in this account. Discount allowed 25,000. Students, remember again this discount allowed will be taken to profit and loss account debit side. And then cash paid to creditors, leave that. Cash received from debtors 12,50,000. Cash received from debtors 12,50,000. And drawings will not come here. Cash sales, this will be taken when we go for finding of the total sales. Capital is on, leave that. See, now we are going to find out the credit sales. Here is credit sales. So, this side will be exceeding. And first, before going to make the balance, make dash in the items which are not given. Bad debts is not given. And sales return is not given. Bills receivable receipt is not given. Dishonored is not given. This is also not given. And find out the total. 19,15,000. From this 19,15,000, subtract 530. 19,15,000, subtract that 5,30,000. 13,85,000 is the credit sales. 13,85,000 is the credit sales. And make a box here and write credit sales is equal to 13,85,000. Now, we have to prepare total creditors account and find out credit purchases. Shall we prepare total creditors account? In the sum, bills payable, opening balance and closing balances are not given. So, we can directly go to prepare total creditors account. I have written the format of total creditors account. Now, let us take the amounts given in the problem and apply it in the format. Now, come. Debtors, opening creditors 3,70,000 and this one is 3,70,000. And closing creditors 4,20,000. 20,000. And discount received, and this one is discount earned. Discount received is 35,000. And discount allowed, cash paid to creditors 11 lakh. Cash paid to creditors 11 lakhs. And cash received from debtors, drawings, cash sales, these items will not come. So first find the total of this side, because when you go for finding out the credit purchases, this side will be exceeding. When you go for finding out the credit purchases, this side will be exceeding. So first find the total of this side. 420, 455, 1555. 15 lakhs 55,000. 15 lakhs 55,000. From 15 lakh 55,000, subtract that 3 lakh 70,000. That comes to 11 lakh 85,000. 11 lakh 85,000. Other items are not given. So make a dash. So we have found out the credit purchases. Credit purchases comes to 11 lakh 85,000. Now we have found out credit sales and credit purchases. Now we go. Let us go for preparing the trading account. Shall we? Now let us go for preparing trading and profit and loss account. And this is the format of trading and profit and loss account of Mr. Rakesh for the year ending 31st March 19. And first thing that will come here will be opening stock. You can see from the sum and take the amount. What is the amount? Opening stock is 2,20,000. See, when you go for writing the opening stock, you can directly go to the outer column, because there is no possibility of addition or subtraction in the opening stock. So you can directly write it in the outer column, and then go for finding out the purchases, two purchases. Here they have given you cash sales allowed, purchases. See the purchases, and if any purchases returns is given, that should be deducted from here and then show it in the outer column. Here is no purchases return, so we can directly write it in the outer column, 11 lakh 85,000. And then come to the credit side, buy sales. Here two sales are there. One is cash sales. It is given in the problem as 20,000. We have calculated credit sales. What is that amount? Credit sales came to 13 lakh 85,000. 13 lakh 85,000. The total comes to 14 lakh 5,000. 14 lakh 5,000. And go for finding out the closing stock. You can see, look at the sum. You can look at the sum and find out the closing stock. Closing stock is given as 1,60,000. And there are no other items. There are no other items given in the expenses. So we go for balancing these two. 15 lakhs 65,000. 15 lakhs 65,000. We find the total of 14 lakh 5,000. From 15 lakh 65,000, subtract this 14 lakh 5,000, you will get 1 lakh 60,000. And this is to gross profit, and this one is the gross profit, and the gross profit is transferred to P&L account. P&L account, that comes to 1,60,000. And I do not find space here. That's why I have written this thing here. This must be taken to the P&L credit side. How? By gross profit transferred from trading account 1,60,000. Let us continue in the P&L account. Shall we do P&L account? Yeah. First, bring the gross profit from trading account, that comes to 1,60,000. Now, look at the things what are given. In other details, they have given rent paid 1,20,000 to rent 1,20,000. And what is given? Discount received. I have already told you, discount received should be shown in the total creditors account, and here also discount received is an income for us, so that will be credited by discount received. What is that amount discount received? 35,000. And next one, discount allowed. It is a loss, so it is debited in the profit and loss account to discount allowed. What is that amount? Discount allowed 25,000. And next one, cash paid to creditors will not come here, cash received from debtors will not come here, drawings will not come here, cash sales will not come here, capital as on 4, that will not come here. We go for balancing these two. 1,95,000. 1,95,000. 145. When we subtract 145 from 195, we get 50,000. And this is the gross profit, net profit, and this is transferred to capital account. See, students, in most cases, students forget to bring that discount allowed here. They simply take this discount allowed to total debtors allowed. Again, I tell you, sales return will be subtracted from the sales in the trading account, and the remaining amount should be shown in the outer column. Likewise, purchases return should be subtracted from purchases, and the remaining amount should be shown in the outer column. So, we have calculated net profit. Now, let us prepare balance sheet. Shall we prepare? Shall we prepare balance sheet? And this is the form. Shall we prepare balance sheet? Let us prepare. This is the format of balance sheet. Remember, this is not an account. So, you should not use debit side and credit side. Debtor, creditor, you should not write. And this is the format, liabilities, assets. I advise students to first prepare asset side. Normally, that will be correct. And you may make mistakes here. So, first prepare assets side. Then, what are the assets given? See, take the closing balances alone. Stock of goods, that is a stock, closing stock. What is the amount given? 1,60,000. And what is it? Debtors? 6,40,000. Debtors? 6,40,000. And cash at bank? Cash at bank. What is that amount given? 10,000. And then machinery 80,000. And then creditors 4,20,000. And now let us prepare capital account. They have given the opening capital as 5,20,000. 5,20,000. And the net profit came to 50,000. Interest on capital is not given, so on the whole that comes to 5,70,000. Drawings is given as 1 lakh. Subtract, what do we get? 4,70,000. And from this amount, you have to subtract interest on drawings and the income tax, and the remaining amount should be shown in the outer column. I don't have space, so I write here itself. I write 4,70,000. And on the whole, this comes to 8,90,000. 470, 420. Now, let us come to this. 0, 8, 9, 90, remainder 1, 7, 8. And we get the total and the amount tally. So we have done it correctly. Again, my dear students, you must be very careful in the conversion method. You have to be very keen in the amount given. And do not forget to bring that sales return to the trading account and the total debtors account. Purchases return, that must be taken to the total creditors account, and again that must be brought to this trading account. Normally students will forget to bring that amount. That is why they cannot get the correct answer. Their amount will not tally. Keep this in mind and do the sum. And hope you have understood the problem. By the grace of God, let us meet in the next class. Thank you.